Now that's wonderful enough, but before that. Now that the black market auctions are over, what are you aiming for next?
Ain't it obvious? The mighty Mozilla. I'm going after Mozilla.
Who'd have thunk that while I was staking out the black market auction at the Grand Tower, the mighty Mozilla's footprints would show up right next to the tower? Is there really a place that would have been... Is there really a place that would publish a story like that?
Don't treat me like a fool.
I've got 1 or 2 valued clients lined up. Actually, there's a newspaper company here at the Grand Tower. Me and Nicole go there all the time. Well, we always get turned away at the door. But still, I wouldn't exactly call that a valued client.
If it ain't Mr. Edgeworth, so we meet again.
Miss Swift, why are you here? You were set up as the suspect of a murder. Still, your involvement with the fake assassination plan remains a fact. You'll have to submit to the police questioning later. You should know that there's still a possibility you may be charged with some crime.
For some reason, my questioning was stopped all of a sudden. After a while, they just let me out and told me I could go home scot-free. It must have been some kind of message saying I need to keep on doing my best out here, I reckon. Well, they did give me a pretty stern warning not to reveal anything about the case.
In the official statement released by the public, to the public about the assassination attempt, Miss Swift was not involved. That must have been the reason why they let her go. Well, they let her go and then said that she, they didn't say she was involved. Like, you wouldn't release a statement and then release her.
But Mr. Edgeworth, attempting to silence Nicole like this.
Is it like trying to plug a leaky dam with your bare hands? She was quick to say something so harsh.
I quickly put together the full details of everything I knew about the case. Sprinkled in some of my own dramatizations and brought the article to a publisher. But for some reason, I haven't gotten any replies yet.
Were they pressured to keep quiet, or were her dramatizations simply too much? Probably the latter. Both are probable, so I'm not sure which is true. What information were you trying to collect here at the Grand Tower?
Mr. Edgeworth, you still don't get it, do you? If you want to ask a reporter a question, you gotta give her something first.
Do you mean information that could be used in an article?
Bingo, give me some info that'll make a good article. If you ain't got something like that, I guess we won't be talking.
I also need some information about John. Let's show her that piece of evidence and try asking her about him. Maybe. I mean, this is like silly.
At the moment the prosecutor presents his evidence, a faintly shining. What'd you just show me?
Never mind. Looks like she doesn't know anything about that. Well, what's about John, so... Miss Swift, I'm sorry about this photo,
You ain't gotta say it, I know exactly what's going on.
What do you mean?
You're searching for him, ain't ya? That boy.
What?
Things are still pretty tough for you, I see. Miles Edgeworth, the man of crime. Wherever he goes, dead bodies are sure to follow.
No. I go and dead bodies are already there.
Or something like that.
That's a terrible reputation to have.
Who would have thought this time there'd be a kidnapping incident?
What?
How do you know that? Shh. Could you keep it down a little? This material's top secret, and I even told my mentor about it yet. Y'all gotta keep it a secret for me. If she finds out, I'll be a goner.
Why do you know? Judge Courtney should have only told us.
I ain't telling that to anybody. Not even you, Mr. Prosecutor.
It seems this reporter still hasn't learned her lesson.
You can give me the stink eye all you want. I ain't telling. Do you know something about it? Truth is, I done saw it myself. A boy being taken away by a couple men in black.
So I need to know where that taxi went. What? Where'd they go? That I don't know. They're too far away, so I lost sight of them. Darn it. But at least we know what the criminals look like. Yeah. Totally. Yes. A pair of men in black. That's all we know. But we can logic some shit together now. They were in the taxi together. We've now collected some testimony regarding the culprits. Miss Swift says she saw two men slip away with John. Furthermore, the taxi driver says he picked up two men in his taxi. They must be the same guys. It seems likely. However, there is still a problem. According to the taxi driver, the two men were alone. John wasn't with them. Yeah, he was in the trunk. Trunk being the case thing. Yeah, you're right. That is a problem. Yeah, they shoved him into the box. What if the kidnappers stole the box? Ah! You mean they... Exactly. They took it in order to carry John inside it. John's a tiny kid after all. And the reason the taxi driver didn't see John was because... It's likely he was put in the trunk as the kidnappers' luggage. Well, why did they need to go through all the trouble of hiding him? At first, the kidnappers must have been intended to abduct him without being seen. However, they didn't anticipate all the policemen in the plaza. I see. If they'd tried to just walk away with him, they would have been spotted. Just the mere presence of policemen would have been a sizable threat. I get it. In that case, we've got to ask the taxi driver. Oh my god, the taxi driver's in on. Feel like he should have said something. Did the two men with you that you told us about earlier have any luggage with them? Now that you mention it, yeah, I think they did. Yeah, they stuffed a huge box in the trunk. Then that's those guys. Then that's that. Those guys must be the kidnappers. Do you remember where you took these men? Sounds to me like something serious has gone down here. If you'd like, I could take you to the same place I took them. Let's do it, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes. Thank you for your help. No problemo. Just leave it to me. At least he's not in on it, actually. Damn, taxi man. April 6th. Question marks. That taxi drove way too fast. I don't feel too good. Mr. Edgeworth, are you alright? Your face is really pale. I'm fine. The driver said they came to this house's garage. This must be where those two men brought the box. Mr. Edgeworth, look at the nameplate on the door. Nameplate? What? Blaze the best. So this is the chairman's house. Fucking Blaze kidnapped him so we could get that innocent verdict. Yeah, what a fucking scumfuck. Does that mean the one who kidnapped John was Blaze the best? Yes. Blaze should have already been arrested, though. Someone's doing it for him. Oh, the garage door is unlocked. They really do have a good eye for this sort of thing. Nice motorcycle. Smells like motor oil. Maintaining that motorcycle must be Blaze's hobby. Excuse me, we're coming in. Anybody home? Doing something like this is as if we're a couple of petty thieves. Shh, be quiet. Right now we're great thieves. Have some self-awareness. She scolded me. God, I love it. Nobody's here. For now, it looks like we can go through this without it being arrested. It's in the time to be relieved. Now the real fun begins. Let's go look for treasure. We're looking for John, not treasure. He is the treasure. He smiles, winks. I found something good! These are mechanic's gloves. You wear them during vehicle maintenance or when you're working with machinery. Yeah, but there looks like glasses on them. They look really stained with motor oil. However, they also are horribly stained with dirt. Could the gloves have been gotten this dirty just from maintaining the bike? I don't really like Blaze, but those gloves are pretty cool. Fucking death. Oh, except there's like the part of the A's come off. If we could find a thing with the A on there, that'd be big. Do you think we could come up with some reason to take these with us? When you say it like that, it makes it hard for me to take them as evidence. Anything? This large box. This must be it. This is probably the box that Mr. Power said that had been stolen. So John was stashed in this box and then transported all the way here. Please don't talk about people as if they're objects. However, if that's the case, there's also a possibility that John is still somewhere in this garage. He's not going to be in the garage. If anything, he's in the house or he's at somewhere else where you just move him here so you can dump the trunk and then you keep moving him. Alright, so, okay, let's go look for him. Our honor as the great thief and her assistant depend on it. Good grief. There's nothing of interest. Okay. Wow, that's a cool bike. Look at that, it has a skull for a headlight. Seems eyes light up when you turn on the headlights. Oh, well, I'm sure its eyes don't glare as well as yours, Mr. Edgeworth. My eyes don't actually emit light when I glare, though. Fertilizer? Mr. Edgeworth, there are huge bags of flour here. Flour? If I had some water in a rolling pin, I could make some noodles by hand. I'll slightly undercook them, so they have a nice, firm, and al dente texture. Okay, those are bags of cement mix, not flour. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way you'd fucking leave that in a garage. When mixed with water, it will harden. It's not something you'd want to sink your teeth into. Oh. I guess cement noodles shouldn't be cooked then. No, they shouldn't even be cooked in the first place. Okay. Shovel? There are large tools hanging on the wall, such as a sledgehammer and a shovel. It's a lot bigger than the gavel of Miss Courtney carries around. If I ever become a judge, I'd want my gavel to be this big. Swinging around such a huge gavel in court would be intolerable. Please don't. Aw. I'll just swing the shovel that's beneath it instead. There's no business to being swung in court or elsewhere. Please don't. Hello? There's someone inside. It's probably John. Oh, no. Is it John? Probably. John, we're coming to save you. Eh? This is. Oh. Wait. We got fucking jebaited. Oh. John wasn't in the trunk. We got fucking bamboozled. He was kidnapped by someone else. Ah, god damn it. You're Sebastian. What? Why? This place is house, right? That would mean... Yes, it seemed to be Sebastian's house. So then why is he... Okay, go help him out. It has to do with the ropes. Just leave it to Kay. If it has to do with ropes, tie me up. Here I go. A little pull over here and a quick tug over there. Are you alright, Sebastian? He looks a little worse for wear. Why were you tied up in a place like this? How should I know? You guys don't know anything about me. It's because we don't know. That's why we're asking you. That is a good question. He's completely shut off his heart. Indeed. If it's come to this, I suppose I have no choice but to use that. Oh, you mean I'm gonna debate him? I had to do this when he's in such a fragile state. It's like kicking a man who's down. We'll be alright. His mind might break if you corner him too much, you know. Yes, I'm aware of that. I'll try to be careful. Good grief. I wonder how this will turn out. I'm gonna just beat the shit out of him. I've never held back against anyone before. Look, I'm sorry, it's just Sebastian. It should just be like a fucking pawn. Logic, Jess. After running out of the meeting room this morning, why would he be here of all places? You guys, you don't know how I feel. Oh, Jesus! He's gone through a lot of shock. He must be on the verge of an emotional breakdown. Why are there so many pieces? It can't be helped. At times like this, I must quietly listen to see what he has to say. No one tells me anything. I'm always the only one being left out like an idiot. I'll try to answer his questions as best I can. Considering how fragile he is, I won't have much time to spare. I need to ask about his true feelings and try to calm him down post-haste. Logic. Beginning. Jesus! You're a failure of a person. Can you please tell me what's on your mind? I don't wanna. It's not like you'd listen to me anyway. Both of those are terrible. What's wrong? Normally you'd be shouting objection right about now. You serious? You really gonna listen to what I have to say? I can understand the shock you went through after what happened with your father. It wasn't just Pops. This morning I lost everything. Oh, you poor baby. Everything I have was given to me by Pops. Tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, just what am I supposed to believe in? Yourself. If you can't believe in others, then at least believe in yourself. You'll need to gain experience on your own. But if you require wisdom, I can lend you a hand. Ever since I got locked up, I've been thinking, am I too inculpable to be a prosecutor? Incapable? Which one is it? I believe it's incapable. I believe incapable is the one you are looking for. Judging your own abilities is not an easy task, Sebastian. Little by little, you are growing. Sebastian, would you tell me your side of the story? I understand. What should I talk about? He seems to have calmed down slightly. I'd like you to tell me everything you know about the kidnappers. Now then, tell me what you heard and saw. Why are you tied up in your own home? Do you know who the kidnappers are? Who? Do you have any idea who the kidnappers could be? Of course I don't. If I did, I would have told you already. I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line. Maybe I should try another. Why were you tied up here? Why were you tied up in your own home of all places? That's what I'd like to know. I'm the victim here. How would I know? I was really scared being locked up alone, you know? Did your abductors happen to say anything to you? I don't really get it, but one of them said, don't blame us, blame the owner of this house. Isn't the owner Sebastian? The owner of the house, wouldn't that be Blaze the Best? Pops! I get it. Someone who hates Pops must have taken me hostage. No, considering the situation, that seems unlikely. The connection between Blaze and the kidnappers. This could be a useful clue. Let me try using that clue. Blaze was behind it. A kidnapper can easily use his own home to hold someone captive. Sebastian, you were kidnapped by your own father. What? It can't be. Was he going to kill me because I was a nuisance? Of course not. Maybe. Of course not. Would there be any reason for him to take your life? If his son was found dead in his own garage, Blaze would be suspected immediately. I see. Then, why was I kidnapped? Kidnapping his own son. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be after any ransom money. There must be some other reason why Blaze ordered the kidnapping. This could be a useful clue. So it's there's two things. You could have evidence on him. The second is, actually there's three. Testify against Blaze because of just random shit. Like a character witness. 2 is to change prosecutors. 3, he might have evidence on him, or he might know where the evidence went. Do you know what the objective was? What are you saying? What else would a kidnapper want besides a ransom? Let me try using that clue. Kidnapping his own son in order to demand a ransom wouldn't make much sense. Yeah, you're right. Did you notice anything strange when you got kidnapped? Oh, as soon as I answered their question, they just took me away. What did they ask? They asked you a question. Tell me what they asked you. Ah, don't glare at me like that. I think they asked me, do you know Courtney? I see. 4. They did it to get to Courtney, too. The pieces of the puzzle are starting to fall into place. Blaze and the kidnappers did not intend to kidnap you. Their objective was John Marsh. They're planning to kidnap Judge Courtney's son. It could be both. In order to have Patricia Rowland declared not guilty. Justine has a son, and Warden Rowland gets declared not guilty? I suspect the kidnappers mistook you for John Marsh. Oh, this was a mistake? Wait, maybe that's why back then. Did you just remember something? No, it's nothing. I'm useless anyways. Just leave me alone already. That's bad. He might be at his emotional limit. I must get him to tell me what he remembered, and try to calm him down as well. Speed up. Based on how distressed Sebastian looks right now, it must have been quite traumatic. I'll need to help him get back on his feet. What do you remember just now? I didn't remember anything. About that guy. Blaze, P.O. Oh, Pops. But that guy happened to be Blaze. Darn it! Oh, this is the difference between me and someone who earned his prosecutor's title. I've been wanting to ask you, why did you become a prosecutor? Why does it matter? I'm not fit to be a prosecutor anyway. Fits me well. Say something. You must have some reason for choosing this path, right? No, it's not like that. It wasn't anything special. I became a prosecutor for a really insignificant reason. It's to make his dad proud, 100%. It was just a personal reason. Just like you, I too became a prosecutor for personal reasons. Huh? Is that true? But you're a really successful prosecutor. I'm sure that Pops, the PIC chairman, would have been more proud of you than me. I see. So you wanted your father's approval. I thought that if I became the best prosecutor, he'd be proud of me. That's why I just wanted to help out Pops as much as I could. Would you happen to be protecting your father? What? I don't have any reason to protect someone like him. Didn't you want to help your father? Didn't you want to help out your father as much as you could? Just once. I only wanted to be useful to Pops just once. That way I could help him regain his reputation. I think you mean reputation. You seem to be mixing up your words again. The word you're looking for is reputation. No one's ever told me that before. Your father has strayed from his path. Continues to add to his crimes. Even knowing that, do you truly want things to stay the way they are? But in that case, just what am I supposed to do? You should triumph over your father, who has treated you like a fool. You must stop Blaze before he commits another crime. Never thought of it that way. I want to triumph over Pops. Somehow it seems he has calmed down once again. Now's my chance to ask him about Blaze's secret. Nice. I will give you Sebastian the courage to stand up to his father. Where's the evidence? Talk or I'll charge you as an accomplice. God, no. What's Blaze and Patricia's connection? Was there some connection between your father and Patricia Rowland? He'll say no. I'm sorry, I don't really know. Every tiny bit helps. Can you remember anything at all? I think sometimes they would interact with each other during work, but... Was there something else? But... Is there something else on your mind? Apparently Pops is the one who recommended Roland to be the warden. Oh, he made her. Was there a reason for Blaze to recommend her? Probably because, unlike me, Pops really cares about her. So he has something over her. Can always dangle it over her head that he's the one that made her. Well, Pops has known her since he first became the chief prosecutor after all. What was he like when he was the chief prosecutor? Oh, Pops was amazing. He'd look over every single piece of evidence that went through the prosecutor's office. He looked over every single piece of evidence. This could be a major clue. It seems that the evidence regarding Patricia Rowland never made it to trial. It's the duty of the prosecutor to watch over the evidence. Did you not take care of that properly? That's not it. Just listen to what I have to say. Okay. I thought I would keep it in the safest place I knew. What have I done? He seems to have become unsettled again. I suppose I should lend him a hand. Did you give it to Blaze? The place you thought would be the safest. Would that have been in Blaze's best hands? He told me that it would be safer if he took care of the evidence. I'm sorry, but he has betrayed your trust in the worst way possible. Pops, why would he want to hide the evidence? To leave the trial undecided. It has nothing to do with him. Blaze's objective was to have Roland found not guilty, by obscuring the truth. Sebastian, you were used by your father. It's possible that Blaze DeBest has the evidence with him. Furthermore, we still have no idea where John is. I must return to my investigation post-haste. However, this is all my fault. What am I gonna do now? Seeing him like this, I can't just leave him be. He's still suffering in the gap between his ideal and reality. He'll never move on until he figures out how to live his own life. Sebastian is about to face his greatest trial. Perhaps this is fate, and I shall give him the push forward that he needs. Will you walk the same path as your father? Will you continue to ignore the truth, just like your father? Please stop it already. I don't want your putty. Just leave me alone. I believe you mean pity. I believe the pity is the word you're looking for. Oh, really? I also have my own reasons for wanting to speak with you. There was a time when I too did not seek the truth and continued to run away from it. However, thanks to a certain friend, I was able to realize my mistake. That's nice. You're lucky, Mr. Edward. I wish I had a friend. I don't have anyone like that. I will show you the way. If you have the courage to stand up, I will show you the way. What? Only if you have the will for it, though. I don't want to be like Pops. So, he wants to surpass his own father. I understand his feelings clearly now. What are you going to do now? We can continue to be a prosecutor. You still intend to continue as a prosecutor? I don't really know. It's not like I became a prosecutor on my own. Because of that, do I even have the right to continue being a prosecutor? Decide that for yourself. Who cares? Whether or not you continue as a prosecutor is something you must decide for yourself. Only you can determine your path in life. I don't want to stop being a prosecutor. Because if I give up now, I know I'm gonna regret it for the rest of my life. So he wants to continue to live as a prosecutor. I shall keep his will in mind. Sebastian says that he wants to surpass his father and continue to be a prosecutor. In other words, he wants to be a different prosecutor from his father. It's the first answer he's arrived at his own. I'm sure if he has the will, he'll find the way. What are you gonna do now? What do you plan to do from here on out? First, I'm returning this red jacket. I'm not fit to wear it. Clothes fake the man. I think that's what Pops used to say. He knew all along I was a fake. His clothes make the man. It's not fake. The saying is clothes make the man. You are what you wear. Which would actually make you want to wear that. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. I've learned something new yet again. Yes, all you have to do now is become a prosecutor who's fit to wear that jacket. Yeah, I'll do my best. That way no one will ever make fun of me again. But how can I get people to accept me? What do I do? I don't know what to do. For goodness sakes, don't you remember your own words? Perhaps his own will can show him the way. You don't want to be like your father. As a prosecutor, didn't you want to walk a different path from your father? Certainly the path you have chosen is not an easy one. Nevertheless, you still choose to live as a prosecutor. In that case, it should be clear to you what you need to do. You chose. Whatever. I still question how I live my life to this day. But to you, Sebastian, I found your own answer. So believe in yourself, Prosecutor DeBass. He was mistaken for John and kidnapped by Blaze's underlings. And after his father stole his evidence, he lost his confidence as a prosecutor. The emotions he is going through must be more painful than anything I could imagine. It's taken longer than I thought, but with that, it's checkmate. Bullying? Fucking logic, bitch.